I want you to imagine a world, no wars, no world hunger, a cure to every illness, a utopia. Now what I just described is what the world would look like if Invincible didn't go through a 4-month mid-season break. But seriously, the amount of negative discourse around the mid-season break I was seeing online really almost convinced me that Season 2 was gonna be trash. That and a mix of Promised Neverland Season 2 PTSD. But this shit was not no Promised Neverland, cause they cooked with Season 2. But don't get me wrong, it was a slow cook. They put the stove on low and forgot to de-thaw the steak. The show even had a segment dedicated to breaking down what goes into making an animated show, trying to make us feel bad and shit for rushing them. That's just beautiful manipulation. Okay, but seriously, the reason I love this season so much is because of the long layoff. The hype for this after season 1 was off the chart, and for the entirety of season 2 to drop almost after a full presidential cycle is insane. It really is like committing viewership suicide because people won't be blinded by the hype. Oh, this shit took 3 years to make, huh? I'm about to be super critical about every little scene. Trust me, I know a lot of people who went into the show with that mindset. But enough about the haters, let's actually talk about the season, because the amount of responsibilities Mark had in season 2 was ridiculous. Not only was he trying to attend college and be a superhero on Earth, he had to be a fucking emotional counselor to his own father, which is like the hardest job in the entire world. And if you don't know what I mean, Omni-Man went from being a D1 level crash out in season 1 who tried to beat his own son into reason and even called his own wife a pet.
I do love your mother, but she's more like a pet to me.
A pet?
To defending a planet he had no allegiance to and missing Debbie at the end of season 2, even though he did literally start a whole new family. Bro really said, don't let your wife stop you from finding true love.
Sensational.
He even changed so much that in the mid-season finale, he got mad at Mark because he was experiencing emotions that he never felt. And I truly believe that might be Mark's greatest feat to date, because he literally instilled entirely new emotions into a man that was raised to be cold and ruthless. But when Mark wasn't being his father's emotional guidance, he had to deal with his relationship with Amber. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm so happy they broke up. Like, I just didn't care about their relationship dynamic at all. And with the limited amount of episodes we got of Invincible, it just felt like it was taking up time from the show exploring other storylines. And as much as I didn't care about their relationship dynamic, I still gotta acknowledge how much this man was stressing trying to maintain his relationship. Rex promised him a stress-free day, and he almost sees his girlfriend get killed right in front of him. And for a relationship that was already shaky, that shit was like a nail in the coffin, because you can't go on dates with your girl and there's a 50% chance she gets her neck crushed. And with them breaking up, you would think, damn, maybe his life's gonna get a little less stressful. Nope. In the next episode, his mom and half-brother get held hostage by a guy that doesn't even hate the Mark that resides in this universe. He hates a bunch of alternative universe Marks because of the evil shit they did to him. So Mark is basically fighting a villain he really has no beef with, and anyone that knows Mark's character knows he needs a reason to fight, or else he turns into Teen Gohan. No, I don't want to fight. I want to go to school and get good grades. The amount of near-death experiences it took for him to develop even a resemblance of a killer instinct might be a Guinness World Record. Like, the man clearly doesn't value his own well-being, and the more you look at his life, he really is Teen Gohan in every aspect. Half human, half warrior race, check. Mom that doesn't want you to go to school instead of fighting, check. Not wanting to hurt anyone until being pushed to the brink of death, check. And most importantly, having a dad that doesn't fully understand his son and wants him to be a warrior, check. But in the season finale, we finally get to see Mark not hold back, and that shit was brutal. It was like watching that one friend who never gets mad finally snap. Bro was just punching brain guts at some point. And the thing I love about this fight with Angstrom is he really tried to use his main character talk no jutsu.
Believe it!
Like for an entire episode, and it almost worked.
You're not gonna hurt them.
But once Mark realized using the power of reason and kindness won't work when the villain actually hates you, he had to actually start trying for the first time in the entire season. Like, anybody that holds a baby upside down and by one leg is not someone you can really reason with. That man is a threat to society. The man left Mark with no other option. But yeah, Mark's gonna need a personal assistant for season 3 because bro just has too much on his plate. He's gotta deal with school, therapy sessions with his pop, taking down the Viltrumites, and raising his half-brother. This man Nolan's really a deadbeat.